Immigration, substantive interview, trust in translator, expectations. Claiming asylum in the UK is a difficult process with many stages and, unfortunately, many delays. Some people claim asylum immediately on entering the UK, at the port at which they arrive. This means the airport, train station, or when they reach the UK from the sea. They do this by telling the immigration officials there that they wish to claim asylum. If you do this, you will usually have your first interview to gather basic information about you and your journey, your welfare interview, that day or soon after. Once you have had your welfare interview, you should be sent an application registration card, or ARC card. It is plastic and has your photograph on, and shows you have claimed asylum. Sometime after your screening interview, you will then have your asylum substantive interview. This is the long, in-depth interview where you explain why you would be at risk if returned to your country. The time period between the screening interview and substantive interview can vary. It can be many months, and at the time of writing, some people are waiting more than a year. After your substantive interview, the Home Office will consider your application and decide whether your asylum claim is successful, and if you should be granted refugee status. Some people wait many months, or even over a year, to receive this decision. This can be very distressing, so make sure to access support if you are feeling anxious. You will need an immigration lawyer to support your asylum application. Professionals cannot recommend a specific solicitor or firm, but can advise and support young people to select their solicitor. Organisations such as Refugee Council, Quorum, and South London Refugee Association can provide advice and guidance on how to do this. If you have little or no money, you could be entitled to free legal advice to help with your asylum claim. This is called legal aid. Legal aid lawyers are very busy, and they can find it hard to respond to you quickly. Remember that they need time to work on your case, and ringing them a lot will not allow them to do this. But if your lawyer is very slow in getting back to you, or you do not understand the information provided, you should try to get your questions answered. You can ask someone to help ask the questions if necessary. It's okay to ask your lawyer questions. They are there to help you. If it is difficult to speak to your lawyer on the phone, then an easier way to speak to them might be to arrange an appointment at their office, or by video call. Alternatively, you can send them a letter or email. Often, lawyers will find it easier to reply to emails than phone calls. Throughout the asylum process, you will have access to an interpreter. Interpreters are people who will translate for you in your language and tell others what you say in English, and will be arranged for any meetings you are having. Interpreters must only translate your words or the words of others and must not make any personal comments on what you say. They must keep all information that they interpret for you confidential. If you are unhappy with the interpreter provided, please make sure to raise your concerns. Here is a basic flowchart as to the asylum process. Enter the UK, claim asylum, screening interview, substantive asylum interview, asylum decision, negative decision, refusal, possible appeal, positive decision, refugee status, humanitarian protection, other leave to remain.